There it is. All right, everybody. Good morning once again, and let's officially call this special called meeting to order here on a beautiful Tuesday, August 15. We have a couple of items of business to take care of this morning, and I just appreciate everybody being flexible and available to get these items done. On an exciting note, we will consider the Chancellor's recommendation for the next president of Jackson State Community College. And on a more bittersweet note, we will continue the search criteria, consider rather, the search criteria for the next president of the TCAT Dixon with Dr. Summers' upcoming retirement. We may well have media and other officials from across our system on the line this morning, so welcome to you or anyone watching on the live stream, which just as a reminder will be archived as well. I do have one other exciting introduction to make to you this morning. We have a new student regent on our board, and we welcome Leah Garton from Sumner County. Leah is a student at our TCAT Nashville in diesel-powered equipment technology. She is a star and has been hard at work since the age of 12, where she started volunteering in campaigns. She's worked or interned at the Gallatin Chamber of Commerce for Senator Bill Hagerty. And Leah, you and I didn't talk about this, but I gather you have a special role with the Hendersonville Police Department Explorers, a community service program, working with future law enforcement officers. That's very impressive.
Yes,
Tell us about yourself. Thank you.
Yeah. So one thing that I'm super, super passionate about is community involvement and helping people kind of choose what career path they want to go into. So the Hendersonville Police Department Explorers program trains people from the ages of 14 through 21 to basically become a law enforcement officer and decide if that's really the career they want or not. And right now I have 15 members, 16 as of tomorrow. I have another one officially joining tomorrow. And so I decided, I was like, you know what, I want to take my passion for community involvement and kind of push that into the Explorers program. So I did that, and we are just racking up those service hours that we have. And yeah, so again, like she said, I'm a student here at the TCAT Nashville campus for diesel. And this next coming semester that starts in September, I'll actually be doing welding for night classes as well. So I'll have 2 classes going on.
That's great. You're not letting much grass grow under your feet. Oh, that's great. Well, we welcome you, and not surprisingly, just from what you've heard from Leah so far this morning, her references spoke of her grit, her work ethic, and her exceptional leadership qualities. So you are exactly who and what we welcome in a student region, and we look forward to your participation this year.
I look forward to working with each and every single one of you guys.
Thank you. And we'll meet you in person next month. So that's exciting. Thank you.
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thanks to Governor Lee for adding Leah to our midst. With that, Mariah, would you please call the roll for us?
I'd be glad to. Since this is an electronic meeting, there are 2 questions that need to be answered by regents for the record. First, can the regent simultaneously hear and speak with others participating in the meeting? And second, is the regent alone in the room? If the answer to both questions is yes, the regent can simply answer yes to both. Anyone who is not alone should identify any other people present in the room with the regent. When I call your name, please answer these 2 questions. Governor Lee, Regent Apple.
Here and yes to both questions.
Regent Burdine.
Here and yes to both questions.
Regent Garton.
Present and yes to both questions.
Regent George.
Yes to both questions.
Regent Gill.
Yes to both questions, and I'm here.
Commissioner Hatcher. Regent Hooper. Regent Kastner.
Yes to both questions.
Regent Pilkington.
Yes to both questions.
Regent Powers. Regent Powers. I see you're on the line, but I am not able to hear you. I'll come back to you.
She appears to be muted.
I will circle back around. Madam Chair Reynolds,
Here and yes to both.
Commissioner Reynolds, Regent Roberts, Regent Smith,
Yes to both questions.
Yes to
Re-
both.
Yes.
thank you, Regent Smith, and Regent Powers, thank you. Regent Spurgeon,
Here and yes to both.
Regent Varlin,
Here and yes to both.
and Regent White. Madam Chair, you have a quorum, and also the candidate being recommended is on the line with us.
Great, thank you so much. The next step, of course, in this, as we all know, is affirming the necessity to meet electronically today. We were asked to do so, of course, because these two issues, the recommendation of the next president at Jackson State and the criteria for the TCAT Dixon presidency, there is a limited time clearly in terms of this recommendation and the desired start date for the presidency position at Jackson State. And of course, we want to begin the search and recruitment process for the TCAT Dixon as soon as possible. The assembly of a quorum to be physically present simply isn't practicable. Given now that this necessity to meet electronically has become a non-controversial and routine item, I would propose that we adopt this by unanimous consent. But of course, as always, anyone who would prefer to have an individual vote on the necessity to meet electronically, feel free to object at this time, and we will certainly call a roll call vote. But if there is no objection, the necessity to meet electronically will be adopted. So is there any objection? Hearing none, the necessity to meet electronically is adopted by unanimous consent. Thank you all. And with that, I will call on Chancellor Tidings to talk to us about the next president at Jackson State.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to members of the board for taking time to be with us this morning, to hear my recommendation and to vote on this recommendation. It is truly my pleasure to bring before you today the recommendation for Jackson State Community College. On April 27, 2023, the board approved the search criteria for the next president of Jackson State Community College during a special called board meeting. Regent Mark George served as the chair of the search advisory committee, with Vice Chair Emily Reynolds, Regent Nisha Powers, and Regent Kyle Spurgeon also serving as committee members, as well as representatives of the college's faculty, staff, students, alumni, the local community, and business and industry leaders. Their time and dedication to this search was invaluable, and I would like to thank each member of the committee for their commitment and support for the presidential search. I'd also like to extend my appreciation to Vice Chair Reynolds, Regent Powers, and Spurgeon for serving as moderators during the open forum when the three finalists visited Jackson State's main campus in July. After careful review of the applicants, interviews, and input from the Search Advisory Committee, Madam Chair, I am pleased to recommend to you Dr. Carol A. Rothstein as the next president of Jackson State Community College. Dr. Rothstein currently serves as the Vice President of Academic Affairs and Workforce Development at Nashville State Community College. She served as the Dean of Instruction at Hagerstown Community College in Maryland and at Blue Ridge Community and Technical College in West Virginia. The president charged her with leading the development of a new campus, where she ultimately served as the new campus director. She is a first-generation college student, earning her bachelor and master's degree at Liberty College and her doctoral degree at Frostburg State University. If approved, Dr. Rothstein will begin her presidency on October 1st, 2023. Madam Chair, I ask for your support, and this concludes my recommendation. Emily, you're on mute.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Chancellor, for the recommendation. I'd like to call on Regent George, who, as Chancellor said, chaired our search committee. It was a great committee. But Regent George, before you begin, I just have to add a personal thanks and tell you, you did a remarkable job chairing this committee. Steady hand, good humor, kept us on time. You were terrific, and I thank you. So please, the floor is yours to add some commentary.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. And I just want to, once again, I just want to thank all the committee members for the hard work and dedication that you've put into onboarding the next Jackson State Community College's next president. Everybody did an outstanding job, and everything worked really well. And I was pleased to serve, and thank you for that opportunity. So I would like to recap a couple things before we make this motion. And I'll begin with Dr. Carol Rothstein was one of 3 finalists chosen for the Presidential Search Advisory Committee from 56 applicants from around the country. The search committee held its first meeting on May 16th. Then on June 26th, the committee met to consider and select candidates for round 1 interviews. 10 candidates were interviewed on July 17th and 18th. And as a result of those interviews, 3 candidates participated in in-campus interviews on July 28th, 29th, and the 31st. Madam Chair, it was my sincere pleasure to serve as the chair of the search committee. I support Chancellor Tiding's recommendation, and I'd like to make a motion to hire Dr. Carol Rothstein as the next president of Jackson State Community College.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. We have a motion. I have a feeling I may have a second coming from Regent Spurgeon.
We'll second that as quick as I can. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's make it official. Mariah, would you please call the roll?
Regent Apple.
Aye.
Regent Burdine.
Aye.
Regent Garton.
Aye.
Regent George.
Aye.
Regent Gill.
Aye.
Regent Kastner.
Aye.
Regent Pilkington.
Aye.
Regent Powers.
Aye.
Madam Chair Reynolds.
Aye.
Regent Spurgeon. Regent Spurgeon.
Aye.
Thank you. And Regent Varlin.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Very good. Thank you so much. Dr. Rothstein, I understand you are with us. Congratulations, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair Reynolds, and thank you, Chancellor. It's an honor to have been selected to be president of Jackson State Community College, and I appreciate the board's support and your vote of confidence. I also want to say a special thank you to the board members who served on the search committee, Regent George, Regent Spurgeon, and Regent Powers. I really enjoyed the search process. It was very rigorous and very thorough, but from the very first Zoom meeting to the all-day campus meeting to my final meeting with the Chancellor, I felt welcomed and supported. I immediately felt at home on Jackson State's campus when I was there for the all-day meetings, and I'm grateful for this privilege to lead Jackson State, and I look forward to collaborating with the faculty, staff, and the community partners to move the college forward and to positively impact the communities that we serve. I'm also excited to remain part of the TBR system, and I look forward to working with you to improve the lives of the Tennesseans in West Tennessee and across the state. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you so much. Well said. And we are delighted that you continue to be part of the TBR system. And as you well know, because you addressed this in all of your interviews, you are coming into Jackson State at a really pivotal time for Jackson and West Tennessee in general. So we have picked the right leader at the right time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I have a feeling Regent Spurgeon will put you on speed dial as soon as we finish this meeting.
That would be great. Thank you.
I think we will.
Excellent. So, well, congratulations. Welcome. Thank you. Chancellor, I'm coming back to you to take a look at the search criteria for the TCAT Dixon.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. As I think many of you are aware, President Arita Summers recently submitted her letter of retirement. I did talk her into staying to December 1st. She very graciously agreed to do that. We will recognize President Summers and her service to TCAT Dixon in our system at a future board meeting, and do appreciate all that she has done to make it the great college that it is. The search criteria for the next president of TCAT Dixon was provided in your materials prior to today's special call meeting. The criteria is the standard used for all TCAT president searches. The only difference is where it was modified with specific information about the college. Upon approval, the position will be posted and the recruitment process will begin. I'd also like to note that Vice Chair Reynolds has agreed to chair this search along with Regents Pilkerton and Regent Powers. So thank you to the three of you for that. Madam Chair, I would like to ask for approval of this consideration for criteria president of TCAT Dixon.
Thank you, Chancellor. We will need a motion, of course, to approve this search criteria.
I'll make that motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mark George. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Whose voice was that?
Miles.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was, but I wasn't entirely sure. Any further discussion? Hearing none, once again, this will require a roll call vote. We have a motion and a second to approve the search criteria for the TCAT Dixon. Mariah?
Regent Apple.
Aye.
Regent Burdine.
Aye.
Regent Garton.
Aye.
Regent George.
Aye.
Regent Gill.
Aye.
Regent Kastner.
Aye.
Regent Pilkington.
Aye.
Regent Powers.
Aye.
Madam Chair Reynolds.
Aye.
Regent Spurgeon.
Aye.
And Regent Barlin.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you all very much, and we will begin the process. Chancellor, before we close, any further comments or business for us?
Just again to say congratulations to Carol, and to say that I know we're going to be in incredible hands at Jackson State Community College as we look forward to all the growth that's going to be occurring in West Tennessee. I don't think we could have a better leader stepping into those shoes. So very excited about where we're headed. Thanks again to each and every for helping with the process and for being here today to put a exclamation point on this nomination. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor, and for the time you've put into these searches. So it's amazing. But again, we've picked a great leader. Thank you, everybody, again, for making the time to take care of these two timely pieces of business. We will be back on Teams on Tuesday, August 29. So just a week or two. Is that 2 weeks, I guess, for our regularly scheduled committee chairs meeting, and then look forward to being in person at Motlow State on September 20 and 21. Any other comments or further business? Hearing none, the special called meeting of the Tennessee Board of Regents is concluded. Get out there and enjoy this pretty day. Thank you all very much, and see you soon.